Have you ever walked away from someone feeling completely empty? Not angry, not sad, just hollow, like the very life had been siphoned out of you, as if your joy, your focus, your inner peace had quietly slipped away. You might have blamed it on lack of sleep, stress, or just a bad day. But what if I told you it was something else entirely? Something ancient, something hidden, something the mystics whispered about long before psychology had a name for it. Across cultures, from the deserts of Egypt to the forests of South America, they spoke of beings who feed not on food, but on energy. People who drain your light to feed their own shadow. Today, we call them energy vampires, but they don't wear capes. They don't sleep in coffins. They walk among us, in boardrooms, in bedrooms, even across the dinner table. In this video, we'll unmask them. We'll explore the science, the ancient wisdom, and the invisible war they wage on your spirit. More importantly, we'll uncover how to protect your energy before it's stolen again. So ask yourself, are you ready to see what no one else dares to tell you about energy vampires? Long before modern psychology whispered of narcissists and manipulators, ancient civilizations already knew. In the Vedic texts of India, sages spoke of rakshasas, entities that fed on prana, the life force. In Taoist teachings, it was said that some people carry a hungry spirit, a fractured soul that feeds off the energy of others. And in early Christian mysticism, there were warnings of psychic leeches, souls so disconnected from the divine, they sought vitality through others. The term energy vampire is new, but the essence of the idea is timeless. Philosophers like Gurdjieff taught that most humans walk through life half asleep, unaware of the energy exchanges constantly taking place. He believed that unless we awaken, we become food for forces we do not understand. In the mystery schools of Egypt, energy was sacred. You didn't just protect your body, you protected your vibration, your aura, your essence, because to lose it was to lose yourself. The ancients didn't fear monsters in the dark. They feared the smiling face that slowly siphoned their soul. And they knew, what we've forgotten, that energy is everything, and everyone is either giving or taking. So, who are these energy vampires? Are they demons in disguise, or just broken people wearing masks? Let's lift the veil. Through the lens of modern psychology, some of the most draining individuals share traits that fall under what experts call the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy. These aren't just labels, they're patterns. A narcissist, for instance, doesn't just crave attention, they need it. Like a starving man needs bread. They feed on your admiration and wilt without it. A Machiavellian personality, on the other hand, manipulates emotions to control outcomes. They don't take your energy forcefully. They trick you into giving it away, willingly. And then, there are those who operate from wounds. They don't mean to drain you, but their constant need for reassurance, their anxiety, their unresolved pain, it clings to you like fog, like static. Over time, it wears you down, and suddenly, you're tired after every interaction. Not physically, but spiritually. Here's the paradox. The more compassionate you are, the more vulnerable you become to these people. Because they sense it, they feel your light, and they reach for it, consciously or not. This is the hidden battlefield, one where no swords are drawn, but souls are slowly emptied. To recognize this is not to judge, but to see, because awareness is the first form of protection. What if the feeling of being drained isn't just emotional or spiritual, but neurological? Let's take a journey inside the brain. When you interact with someone, your mind isn't just observing, it's mirroring. Thanks to the mirror neuron system, your brain begins to subtly imitate the emotional state of the person in front of you. If they're anxious, you feel uneasy. If they're angry, your heartbeat quickens. If they're bitter, your energy begins to drop, whether you realize it or not. Now imagine spending hours around someone who constantly emits negativity. Your nervous system goes into subtle survival mode. Your brain floods your body with cortisol, the stress hormone. At first, you might shrug it off, but over time, your energy reserve begins to leak. You're not tired from talking. You're tired from absorbing, processing, defending. This is why some people can enter a room and shift the atmosphere, not with words, but with energy. Their emotional chaos is contagious, and you are the host. Science is just beginning to understand what mystics always knew. We are energetic beings first, and the nervous system, it's the antenna, picking up signals far beyond logic or language. If someone constantly drains you, it may not be in your head, it might be in your biology. But here's the good news. If the mind can be programmed to absorb, it can also be trained to shield. Now that we've uncovered the shadow, let's speak of light. Because the truth is, you are not helpless. You are not a victim. Your energy is your sacred currency. And like any form of wealth, it must be guarded with awareness and intention. First, learn the art of boundaries. This isn't about cutting people off. It's about choosing who gets access to your inner world. Not everyone deserves front row seats to your soul. If someone always leaves you drained, step back. You don't need to explain your silence. Energy speaks louder than words. Second, reclaim your space. After a draining encounter, cleanse your field. Walk in nature. Sit in silence. Breathe deeply. Burn sage. Pray. Meditate. Whatever aligns with your path, do it with intention. Third, practice mindful presence. Energy. Vampires thrive in unconsciousness. But the moment you become fully aware of yourself, your breath, your body, their influence begins to fade. Fourth, strengthen your emotional immunity. When your self-worth comes from within, you stop feeding those who seek to manipulate. You stop reacting and start observing. That is the power of the awakened mind. It sees, it discerns, it chooses. You are not here to be a sponge. You are here to be a sun. Don't just protect your energy, master it. So now you know. Energy vampires are real, not in the way of fantasy or folklore, but in the subtle, unseen realms where attention, emotion, and intention collide. They wear familiar faces. They speak in soft tones. They drain, not with teeth, but with need. This isn't about blame. It's about awareness. Because the more conscious you become, the more immune you become. Remember, your energy is sacred. It is the breath of your soul. And not everyone deserves to drink from it. You don't need to fight. You don't need to run. You simply need to see who lifts you and who leaves you dim. While the term energy vampire may not be found in science books, the effects are undeniable. And now, you hold the ancient and modern keys to guard your light. So, what about you? Have you encountered someone who seemed to pull your energy like a hidden magnet? How did you protect yourself? Or did you not realize until it was too late? Share your story below. You never know who your wisdom might save. And remember, in a world full of energy takers, be the one who radiates.